Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Virgo November 28, 2022. Good energy is with you for teaching and sharing. Activities that allow for some spontaneity or room to explore or change your mind fare best today. Jupiter turned direct this week, and your enthusiasm is building for friendships or new ventures as blocks and delays lift. The motivation to interact, contribute, and participate improves. There can be a significant turning point in your outlook, and your faith in a plan, dream, or cause increases. As these areas of life clear up, you gain more insight into where you stand and have a stronger sense of where you're headed. You more naturally reach out to others and network. Still, Mars remains retrograde, and it makes sense to keep things slow and steady. Mental Mercury is soaring into vast new territory and promising good vibes. He has bolted into your solar 8th house of intimacy and sexuality. Because of this, you'll likely be very focused on negotiating where you stand in your relationships. Some of you may even be plotting how to unite wealth, assets, or investments in the weeks ahead. However, if you're not on the same page with a partner, the period ahead is giving you a chance to air out your grievances before making any rash decisions. How do you feel about your professional journey? Given that the moon is glimmering in Capricorn, you might be focused on achieving the next step in your professional journey. However, the moon squares Chiron retrograde in Aries, so you may need to work on letting go of any frustrations as your trajectory continues to unfold. Luckily, the moon also trines both Uranus retrograde and the North Node in your sign, which is like the cosmic cue that you are on the right path. Even if your professional direction changes, just know you are heading toward the right opportunities. At the same time that the Sun is spending his first weekend in your income sector, Venus and Mercury are already an established team, putting heart and mind on the same page. As both prepare to do battle with Mars in your income sector next week, this is raising the stakes on both sides of the financial fence with a display of the resources that can help you take your financial power back. That is the case whether it is money coming in or what you do with and how you manage the money you have. You are an excellent friend, although you can easily become overextended. The ability to see and understand the motivations of others can end up making you confused about where you stand, personally. Give yourself some undivided attention today and quiet your inner voice. Yoga is an excellent way of doing this while also strengthening your lungs and nervous system through deep breathing. Why not dedicate some of your energy to yourself? You'll appreciate the enhanced concentration that is a side effect of yoga. It's a time where your financial life takes precedence, as well as your ambitions and career goals. Partnerships are often the greatest place for a two to thrive. Yet too much stress and chaos doesn't sit too well. When it comes to business and making things work, choose something that is fairly low-key for yourself. Let your partner handle the crazy part if that's possible. Just having the moon in an adventurous part of your chart is an advantage, making it easier to embrace the weekend spirit. In addition, the moon's friendly aspect to planets in Taurus and to those in a fun, playful, romantic, and creatively charged part of your chart is creating a boost in confidence as well as a chance to embrace the more playful, creative, and adventurous side of life's fence. However, this is also a taste of things to come, with this last visit before Mercury's return in 10 days and Venus just a few days later a taste of the conditions they will encounter. The moon is not only spending the weekend in an adventurous part of your chart but at a friendly aspect to the dwarf planet Ceres in your romantic sector, and the timing couldn't be better. This is bringing the spirit of romance and adventure together just as Venus is not only taking your heart on a nostalgic trip down love's memory lane but just as a friendly aspect to Chiron has brought the planets of love and healing together. Our eyes in the sky. Today brings an element of swiftness and response. The day starts intense, with a ton of energy swirling around. Remember that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. You planted the seeds a while back, so go ahead and jump into your destiny. You're optimistic, willing to take risks. Self-reliance and the charm you possess gives you great confidence. If you suffer the indignity of being turned down by a potential date, this has little effect on the way you feel. There are people out there who appreciate what you offer and willing to share their love with you. You're a soldier. Ask yourself exactly who and what you're willing to fight for. That is exactly where you need to focus your time and attention. It might even require you to cut unwanted things and people from your life. You'll feel encouraged to stick to your commitments and rebel against the system. It's going to require you to stand up for yourself in many areas of your life. Today is not a good day for financial adventures. You are being somewhat sluggish and aren't at all creative. Refrain from starting ambitious projects. You don't have the necessary willpower to conclude them successfully. Wait for better times, because if you try to force things through now, they will backfire. You've done what you needed to do, and you've accomplished a lot in a short amount of time. Be proud of yourself. This evening, let yourself chillax with some wonderful food, conversation, and company. In the morning, the Capricorn moon squares off with Chiron in Aries, provoking insecurity. Conflicts emerge. Our ability to care for ourselves or others is called into question. We may be willing to rise to the occasion and assume the management process, but fears of inadequacy give us pause. In our past, we were belittled for taking a strong, assertive approach. We had to learn how to temper our emotions to get what we need, but employing more reserved tactics may not serve us well at this moment. For now, we must face this challenge without the promise of a win, which can be anxiety-inducing. Your energy and drive have no bounds. If you had it your way, you would do everything and at the same time. Even though your interests are varied, you should concentrate on what's relevant. Involve your friends and relations in particular. You will spend wonderful moments together and have great memories of them. It's essential to ask yourself if your actions are always necessary. Often you feel as if you have to prove yourself to your colleagues and without reason may use questionable means to achieve this by opposing suggestions they make. Try to remain helpful and cooperative. Projects work out much better. Mid-afternoon, the moon trines Uranus in Taurus, allowing us to loosen up and go with the flow. Sudden shakeups to work, routines, or resources prompt us to approach our problems in new ways. Disruptions such as these would ordinarily bother us, but they now offer a chance to stop thinking so much about ourselves and focus on the task at hand. The known is what is presently causing us grief, this idea that we are incapable of overcoming our personal failings. The unknown, however, is full of possibility. Switching up our agendas and breaking from bad habits is liberating and frees us from self-consciousness. We will likely be met with serendipity in the later part of the day. Chance meetings, surprising turn of events, or unexpected opportunities are only a few of fate's possible manifestations.